How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your weekly forecast of what the heck is going on in the universe. Yes, today is Saturday. I am doing this a day early, and the sun's still up. I usually do this in the evening, so I have a little bit of better lighting. However, I was just so excited. I just felt like going out of my way and doing this right now. We also have a very, very big week ahead of us, so I want to make sure you guys are ready, and it starts all on Sunday. Starting on Sunday, ending on Sunday of next week on the 29th. We got a lot going on. So we just came back from this new moon in Libra, which was great, unless of course you were unsure or you were in this confusion mindset of, oh, I don't really know, I'm just gonna limit myself and not really, mend that relationship that I have with myself. We just had Jupiter in Libra. We were really experiencing relationships, the relationship with ourselves, the relationship with other things and all that kind of good stuff. And this new moon was a good time to set the intentions of what we learned this past year. So it's kind of like, are you gonna do it? And we have this moon in Scorpio now as today's Saturday and going into Sunday, the moon's gonna be in Scorpio. We got all these intense feelings about it. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna use it for? And so on and so forth. So this week, after this new moon in Libra, we're gonna start seeing a lot more action happening because on Sunday, we got Mars in Libra. Then the moon will go into Sagittarius. Monday, we have Scorpio season. The sun goes into Scorpio. It's time to start manifesting. It's time to start feeling and attracting and just that energy, I guess. Scorpio is just very intensified. It's very invested, emotionally invested in an outcome or a specific truth. And when you embrace that inner sun, that inner Scorpio essence and that beingness, you're going to start seeing things happen a lot more faster, a lot more quicker, and a lot more intense in the way that it applies more directly to you and it affects you in a lot bigger way. So then, Monday we got the sun going to Scorpio. Tuesday we got moon conjunct Saturn in Sagittarius, and Saturn's at its last degrees of Sagittarius. This is the time to take off whatever limits and restrictions you've been doing and just go for it. Stop overthinking it. Stop getting all, oh, I don't really know, I want to go this way, but I'm going this way, and I don't want to get out of my comfort zone. I don't want to be vulnerable. I'm just going to overthink it and just avoid the whole situation. Like, stop. We only got so much more time until Saturn goes into Capricorn. Use this energy to move forward. Keep moving forward. Stop acting like, this is the last final stretch of a marathon where we've been running and running and running and telling ourselves, why we can't, why this is too far, why this is too hard, why we can't, why we're not enough. Stop it. This is the wall you got to break through. This is the energy, this is the movement that you got to go towards. And so we have the moon conjuncting Saturn on Tuesday, so that's going to be a big deal about that. Then on Wednesday we got moon in Capricorn, and it's going to be conjuncting Pluto. All that transformative energy after this new moon in Libra, after Jupiter in Scorpio. And then on Thursday we have Sun Jupiter Day. The best day of every single year. We have the sun over Jupiter, over all this positivity, this optimism, this realness. It's going to be trining Neptune, Sun, and Jupiter. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of this Neptune energy start manifesting itself. And that way of Neptune being in Pisces is all about everything just being confusing, everything just being emotional, everything being a very spiritual thing right now. And you can be so lost in the environment and in society, or you could be nothing but clear, higher energy being channeled into you every single day. And now that it's retrograde, we've been working on exactly what does that look like to us. Are we being lost in our environment and we're not even realizing it, or we're not aware of it? Or are we really channeling that higher spirit? Are we really tapping into it, even though it can be a little bit difficult and frustrating to tap into right now? So as we have the Sun Jupiter Day, we're going to see a lot of the manifestations, a lot of the energy of Jupiter and Scorpio get highlighted right in our face, right in our immediate environment. This is Scorpio energy. This is very immediate, sudden, woo, that was intense. Man, this is going to go either down really far. It's kind of like the drop of a roller coaster. For some people, the drop of a roller coaster is the worst part because it's the scariest, and other people, it's like that's the best part because it's the funnest. So it kind of just depends on your perspective. However, with Jupiter being in Scorpio, look at this. It's going to be fun. Life is a roller coaster. You can hate the 90 seconds that you're on it and then just can't wait to get off, or you can at least enjoy it because it's only 90 seconds long, and it's only 90 seconds of your whole life, of your 80 to 100 years of life. You're on a roller coaster for 90 seconds. Same thing with life. Life is a roller coaster. Just enjoy it. Be present in the moment. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy the emotional intensities of everything. And then on Friday, we got the moon in Aquarius. Saturday, the moon will be going through Aquarius as well. And then Sunday, the moon in Pisces. And the reason why I'm so excited about this whole week too is that if you follow me on Twitter, you know how much I love the moon going from Scorpio into Aquarius. From Scorpio, all this intensity, all of this emotional purging, all of this passion and this desire. Then we got Sagittarius, and then it's been conjuncting Saturn for the past couple years now. And so it's this moon in Sagittarius. It's like emotionally investing yourself into a better outcome, into a better future. Whatever you've been envisioning, whatever you've been seeing yourself doing, but you've been limiting yourself, you put this emotional investment into it, and this trust and this belief, and you could see it come into fruition. And then of course, moon goes into Capricorn, where we get serious, where we get real. It'll conjunct Pluto, where it's kind of like, it's gonna be this emotional, slowly but surely, this emotional chip away at our own inner securities being unlocked. We're learning to become vulnerable when the moon goes into Capricorn and conjuncts Pluto. We're learning to open up to receive. We're learning to open up in a way that's gonna ground us. It's kind of like, in order to be vulnerable, in order to be grounded, you gotta be vulnerable. In order to be secure, you gotta be willing to, do something different and go out of your comfort zone. Then the moon in Aquarius just shows us all the options afterwards, and then the moon in Pisces is just like, man, we just channel this higher source energy and it's just go time. However, talking more about this week, yes, Mars goes into Libra, so this energy, the energy we're going to be having is going to be a little bit split. It's going to be a little bit difficult for us to, really put that energy out there where we're really focused on us. Once Mars goes into Scorpio, it'll be a little bit different. However, right now with Mars in Libra, right now, bring your energy to balance. It's using all of this intense Scorpio energy to really, kind of clean it up. It's kind of like you can have all this energy to do stuff and you can just go at it a million miles an hour, or you can take your time, you can reevaluate, you can look at things through both perspectives and take your time with it. Build with it. Make sure it's even, make sure it's fair, make sure it's exactly what you want it to be rather than just diving straight into it. So with Mars being in Libra as it goes into Sunday, this is the time to start really delegating your actions in a very fair way. Don't go, Mars has been in Virgo. We've been very analytical, very, very precise. We want things to look a certain way. Now with Mars in Libra, it's time to just be with what is being communicated to you. What are other people saying? Now, don't be involved so much in what other people want you to do, because that's also Mars in Libra too. You might feel attracted towards just doing what other people want rather than what you want for yourself. And that's the biggest thing, is you can't worry about that validation. You can't worry about that, oh, well, people don't like me, people don't like what I'm doing, I gotta make sure they're happy. The biggest thing is to do what not only looks good, but what is right for you, what is in alignment with your morals, your values, and what's in alignment with society. In the sense of, like, you're not really looking for the outside validation, however, it is in alignment with everyone else's beliefs and everything like that. So with this energy being in with Mars being in Libra, this is the time to, be very, I don't want to say cautious, but just be aware and conscious of where you're directing your energy. Then we have Venus at 10 degrees Libra on Sunday. So now we have the second decan of Libra. We're starting to really, Venus has been in Libra now, so we're kind of like, oh, what do we want in relationships? What is it that I really love? What is it that I really value? Let me socialize. Let me expand myself. Let me open up my mind to see what else can happen. And with Venus going into 10 degrees Libra, this is starting to get more solidified. This is starting to get more built up. We're in the second decan now. And then as Venus goes into, 15 degrees Libra, it's going to form a T-square with Pluto and Uranus. This is where, if you're in this relationship issue, whatever you're going through relationship-wise, you're going to see a lot of liberation. You're going to see a lot of change. You're going to have to open up to things a little bit more. However, don't settle for the craziness and the expectations and the self-hatred and the need for others. This is Venus in Libra. We have Venus going over where this new moon was. We have Venus going over where Jupiter was. Put the relationship with yourself first. Love yourself. For God's sakes, just do it. Do what makes you feel good. What's going to make you and other people happy. All that kind of good stuff. And it's going to be forming this T-square where you're going to feel the need to transform the groundwork that you've been laying yourself down on. With Pluto and Capricorn, it's kind of like our ground, our whole foundation is just slipping through us. Very, very subtly. The way that we've established things and the way that we've ordered things in our own brains, in our own consciousness, in our subconscious, in our superconscious, it's slowly but surely being chipped away. And with Venus squaring here, we're going to have to learn how to love ourselves in a different way. It may have to look something different. It may have to be a little bit more intense and be a little bit more serious and not so attached to the emotional side of it. So just channel that for this week. We have Sun and Jupiter trining Neptune, opening up the whole new portals, the whole new world into yourself. How can we really manifest what our vision is, what our higher self wants, what we want to go for, what our dreams are, what our visions are? When we have the Sun-Jupiter day on Thursday, we're going to see that really put into perspective in a big hole. We're going to see a lot of the inner working, the inner mechanisms of our mind come into play. And it's going to be, I don't want to say an emotional deal where it's going to like really hit home for you, but it's going to be a serious thing. This is Scorpio. Scorpio takes everything seriously. Scorpio is very keen to looking when things are different, when things don't look exactly, and not necessarily like Virgo, where Virgo analyzes everything, but Scorpio, it's like that, something's fishy about that. Let me take a look at that. Now with Jupiter and Sun, you know, being over here, we're going to really be it's going to be a highlighted sense of all this Scorpio energy of the passion, the desire, the almost the frustration as well. But when it starts trining Neptune, we're going to be opening up to a whole new part of ourselves that we haven't experienced in a long time. So be ready for that this week. Be ready for the conscious awakening. Be ready for the clarity. We also have Mars square Saturn this week too. Mars is squaring Saturn. Mars has been squaring Saturn. It's okay if things aren't working out right now. If you feel like you're doing everything right, if you feel like everything is going, you know, you're doing everything that you can, that's what's okay. Don't overwork yourself and don't try to make everything perfect. Sometimes things aren't going to be perfect. Be with the moment. What is going to work best for you at that moment? It may not be what you want. It may not be the picture that you have in your head. However, don't get frustrated. Just keep pushing past your limiting beliefs. Keep pushing past whatever resistance you're experiencing right now. And do it with order. Do it with ease. Do it with pleasure. Be with your higher self. Channel this, guys. Like, don't overthink it. We're not in this Virgo energy anymore. We're in this Libra, Scorpio, Sag energy. We're starting to just do it. Just go. Just experience it. Then we're going to have Mercury sextile Pluto and trine Neptune. As Mercury starts trining Pluto, sextiling Pluto and trining Neptune, again, our communication. We have Mercury in Scorpio now. It's getting very intense. We're getting very diabolical, I like to say. And when I say diabolical, it sounds like this evil villain sense, but it's more like we're getting really clear on what we want and why we want it. And as it starts sextiling Pluto, there's going to be a change involved. We're going to have to maybe look at things a little bit differently. However, when you open up to the need and the desire for what it is that you want, that change will come easily. And it's trining Neptune. Get in touch with your higher self. What is really calling out to you? Trust your intuition. Ignore your environment. Ignore what society is saying. What are you really channeling? What is going on with you? That's going to be the biggest thing with Mercury trining Pluto and Neptune. And then the moon's going to be squaring Uranus, Sun, and Jupiter as it goes into Aquarius. And it's also going to be in this tip part of Capricorn, as the moon conjuncts Pluto, of course. During this time, basically, is when you're going to see this moon square Uranus and Jupiter. And we're going to have this sort of attention. We're going to have this kind of like, okay, maybe we do need to be opening up things a little bit more. It may not look the way that you want it to. However, like I said before, be vulnerable. Be open with this experience. Step into your higher self. Step into your power. Know your worth. Work with the energy that you have and get real about it. Like, get excited about it. As the moon goes into Sagittarius, on Sunday, and then it's going to be conjuncting Saturn on Tuesday, get excited. What is your vision? What are your beliefs? Are you passionate about it? Is this something that you're looking forward to? What are the feelings behind everything? Because, if you watch my older videos way back a couple months ago, I haven't said this in a while, but the whole manifestation process is to think is to create. Make it in your head. Like, vision it out, like what anyone else would do. And to feel is to attract. Feel it. What is it going to feel like when you have the relationship when you want? What is it going to feel like when you have the job that you want? Or when, things are finally right in your home and your private life? Or maybe your family situation is a little bit messed up. What is it going to feel like when your family situation is mended and it's all good? What is that going to feel like? Bring that to embody that energy and use it. Because then, once we have to think is to create, you think about it, you create it, you feel it, you start to attract it into your life, and then the last step is to act is to achieve. Go out there and do it. Put yourself in a situation where something like that can happen. Just go out and be with the universe. You can't just sit on your couch all day and, I'm manifesting greatness and abundance and money. It's like, you can do that and it works, kinda, but you kinda have to go look for the money. You gotta go look for the relationship. You gotta put yourself in a scenario or a situation where that can happen. So that's the biggest thing to remind yourself of, guys, this week is get excited, get focused, get clear, get real, get passionate. And as the moon goes over Pluto, it's going to be, the moon goes through Capricorn over Pluto, it's going to feel a little bit restrained. We're going to have to get a little bit vulnerable. We're going to have to, it's kind of like if you've ever been to therapy, you got to start talking to, you know, your therapist. You're like, oh, I don't really want to open up to that. And then you kind of do, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm really glad I did, because now I have way more security. I have way more confidence in myself. That's the biggest thing, is let yourself become vulnerable. Watch what you can create out of becoming vulnerable and letting things, whatever safety, what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever you're trying to grip around, whatever you're trying to build, whatever you're trying to keep steady and stern, like, let it go. Let it go and trust the process. Become vulnerable and watch yourself build up an even stronger and higher ground. And then Sunday, this is the last thing I want to talk about, is Sunday. So Sunday, moon will be in Aquarius, going into Pisces. It will be the sun. Well, for one, Sunday, sun opposed Uranus ends, so it's not gonna be as intense anymore. It's gonna be more Scorpio related, more emotional, not so much like electrifying and just all over the place. However, the moon will be trining Sun and Jupiter. The moon will be sextiling Uranus. Moon will be sextiling Saturn. Moon will be trining Venus, and the moon will be squaring Mercury on Sunday. So the biggest thing is the moon is going to be squaring Mercury. This may not make sense. This may, you could try to think about this and feel your way through it, and it may not make sense, and it may not be clear. But trust, we have it trining Sun and Jupiter. Just embody the energy, just go for it, just feel it. We have the moon sextiling Uranus, get that excitement again. Feel the liberation. What is it gonna feel like to put yourself in power? Then we have moon sextiling Saturn too. And with the moon sextiling Saturn, it's like, stop limiting yourself. Push yourself beyond the beliefs that you have for yourself and just go. And the moon's gonna be trining Venus. Come with love. Come at this with love, with abundance, with gratefulness, with thankfulness, and genuinely come from this place of love and abundance and acceptance and all of that good stuff. And that's what I got for you guys this week. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm so glad I did this video right now. That's what I got for you guys this week. Thank you guys for watching all my videos. I absolutely love every single one of you. Please subscribe down below if you like my videos and want to see more of them. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Again, subscribe. All my stuff is either White Light Astrology and my Twitter and my Instagram, or at White Light Cam. Feel free to follow me. Feel free to talk to me about astrology. I love talking about it. If you're interested in a reading from me, feel free to message me either on any of my social media platforms or email me at whitelightAstrology@gmail.com. I still am working on a website for you guys. I am still working on a vlog for you guys, so please keep in tune with that and check up on me, and I will be seeing you guys next week.